Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you imagine the terror of being hunted by a fierce wolf? Well, today, let me tell you the story about a girl called Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood is a European fairy tale about a young girl and a sly wolf. The best two versions were written by Charles Perrault and the Brothers Grimm. The story has varied considerably in different variations over the centuries, translations, and as the subject of numerous adaptations. Other names for the story are Little Red Cap or simply Red Riding Hood. It is number 333 in the Arne-Thompson classification system for folktales. In the original version, the story centers around a girl named Little Red Riding Hood after the red hooded cape that she wears. The girl walked through the woods to deliver food to her sickly grandmother, which is wine and cake depending on the translations. In the Grimm's version, her mother ordered her to stay strictly on the path. A stalking wolf wants to eat her and the food inside her basket. After he inquires as to where she is going, she tells him. He then suggests that she pick some flower as a present for her grandmother, which she does. As she does so, he goes to her grandmother's house and gains entry because he pretends to be Red Riding Hood. He swallows her grandmother whole, or in some version, he locks her inside the closet and waits for the girl inside the home, disguised as her grandmother. When Little Red Riding Hood arrives, she notices the strange appearance of her grandmother. She exclaims, "What a deep voice you have!" "The better to greet you with," he responds. "What a big mouth you have! The better to eat you with," he responds, at which point he jumps out of the bed and eats her as well. He then falls asleep. In Charles Perrault's version of the story, the first to be published, the tale ends here. In later and better-known version of the story, the tale continues. A woodcutter in French version or a hunter in the German's version comes to the rescue with an axe and cuts open the sleeping wolf. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother emerge shaken but unharmed. Then they fill the wolf's body with heavy stones. As the wolf awakens and attempts to flee, but the stones cause him to collapse and die. The earliest known printed version, known as Le Petit Chaperon Rogue, and may have had its origin in 17th century French folklore. It was included in the collection Tales and Stories of the Past with Morals. As the title implies, this version is more moralized and more sinister than the later ones. The redness of the hood, which is given a significant symbolic in many interpretations of the tale, was a detail introduced by Perrault. Charles Perrault explained the moral at the end of the tale that no doubt is left to his intended meaning. He said, "From the story, one learns that children, especially young lasses, pretty, cautious, and well-bred, do very wrong to listen to strangers. And it is not an unheard thing if the wolf is thereby provided with his dinner." To summarize, this story can be a warning to youngsters to avoid talking to strangers and to always listen to your mother. I think that's all from me for today, and I hope to see you again. Bye!